possible.
I like this though. I feel like it's a mind game in a mind game, right? Not letting them read the play, keeping them on their toes. And now that means just moving forwards. They have to continue to be flexible with these drops here. Stretch is going to go through the portal there. Now meets up with Saf. Looks like there's one player inside the house, possibly two here. Who is it? Oh, already. Yes, Savage and Leshy have gotten inside. Here comes Benji.
And Dr. Doom is in the castle right here. I don't think anybody directly landed on the castle, so he's still up and active. And I think they've just found him. Yes, they've got him. The EU guys have got him. They now have all of the, I guess, incentive here to stay as far away as these guys as possible and just get towards the vault. But you know Zayt, Saf, and Stretch are going to try to pressure them for as long as they can.
And there goes the last sound off right there. The last portal. Rotate on out. That's going to zap them to the other portion of the map. Now they have full control of at least the first dibs there to the vault. You know they're going to trigger that. They're going to build the big metal walls. They're going to create a standoff here. The problem is how quickly will they be able to pick up all the chug splashes here yet. Notice Leshy and Savage outside, just ready to play defense in case they have to. Benji's the one inside, vaulting up the loot.
Surprised how fast they got this open with no pressure at all. Saf finally trying to get in, but way ahead of his team and dueling off against Mr. Savage. Box to box. Stretch is going to take his own. Yes, that's against Lecce on the side, and he's down. Benji will come back, not get tagged entirely. But now with 3 versus 2, this is looking very difficult. No space for the EU guys to really work around and away with.
And now Benji has nothing left in the tank. He's down below. Doom's bomb's gonna come out. It's not gonna connect though. Savage hits his own wall and he has to run off of the builds that he set on fire. This is looking like it's all going downhill really quickly for Savage and Benji here now, who are back to back against the wall here, trying to figure out how to beat the NA trio that is Saf, Zayt, and Stretch now.
With the building all burning down now too, things are looking like they'll be able to flush him out. Saf will go quickly though, once again by himself, but he challenges both and the trade is good. Stretch now on the backside too. Zayt's gonna come from the front. This should be over, but I think they made their way up. Stretch is not trading as efficiently as Saf though, and he'll have to back up once again.
It's insane to see how much damage a player like Savage can do if you let your guard down. It just shows you these guys are not free 50 pots. It's just not gonna be free, not ever, against Savage and Benji. Look at this. Benji turns it around, but no, gets punished big time. And now Savage has to follow up. He does, but no, cannot clutch up once again. And still though, valiant effort.
So not as clean though for Zayt, Saf, and Stretch. They've wasted the entirety of that first zone looting phase fighting, and this is what basically happens now. There is a lot of shields, there is a lot of spoils inside of that vault, but it already wasn't that great of one because you saw Mr. Savage rocking the combat. In terms of shotguns, you're not getting what you want out of that, and you're not getting the time right here. Thankfully, I think they have zone favor, so it shouldn't be the biggest of deals. What I am worried about is a potential push from... Wow. What a change, and I think what everybody was expecting in this zone. I think they were expecting it to pull down towards Missy Meadows when it was in second. And all of a sudden it pulls twice up back towards Lazy Lake. For a team like Ronaldo, Illis, and Furious, who I'm pretty sure are landing Lazy Lake, they've got to be kicking themselves for moving this much and trying to gamble on the zone position. Oh, this is bad. Avery, Booga, and Jamper are left. Oh, it's now just a Booga. And it's Clicks, it's Ninja, it's Arkham who box fight them on the side of zone, and they're still chasing. They're still trying to get in. This could be a huge win for them, but Booga now just leaving his team. Of course, the only decision that's possible to be made. Huge win though for Ninja, Clicks, and Arkham, but they leave Jamper. They leave the loot. There's something there potentially, but not the priority.
You know, it was actually Arkham who opened up this entire engagement here. He was going to find the first knock and thirst just off the bat as things kind of unfolded. Might have been a big pinch between High Sky there and Twexy too. As we saw, they were the only other team really close by in the mix of things. They might have also stolen away the loot that was Jamper's gear there, so team to keep an eye on. Arkham though, going with the wide rotate here, back up the mountain. Ninja looking to get aggressive with the shots here. creating enemies with teams on the rotate right now. Saf, Zayd, and Stretch managed to rotate on in, take that high ground over Calc, Zexro, and Macwood.
Oh, Click's
An
in
interesting
trouble.
decision. I was going to say interesting decision as they were trying to get deeper in. Clicks, Arkham, and Ninja. They get split up now, and that's unfortunate, though. Clicks gets taken out here by the Xset crew.
That he does, split from his team, and not much you can do in those situations. Ninja gives over the mobility to Arkham. He still has bouncers potentially in his inventory too, so he can still move as he can. Furious is picked up. Unknown. Ooh, bouncer. For, they bounced them out, actually. And Ninja's now down. Xset brilliantly worked that the crash pad down below. They're going to even shake down. Arkham just has to clutch by himself. They don't have any... Okay, he does have shields, but he has to find the space to use it, and he's not going to be able to do it. 10 builds, 6 builds, 3 builds, a player in his box. That's the end of that. Another game where I don't think they get any... Oh, they got the one, if I recall.
Yeah, they ended up getting Jamper and Avery in that one, so right. A couple points still. Could have been a lot worse. Big come up for Xset, though. They needed that. Remember, they had 0 points from game 1, and now all of a sudden a few frags, and those chug splashes are going to pay very great dividend here as we are getting to that half in, half out now.
There's a big decision here. Remember, Macwood and Zax had height in the last game. They still have Shockwave split on all of their members, I believe. But big issue for them is Storm Surge before they can even try to attempt to challenge heights, which is Zayd, Saf, and Stretch. Ooh, what a shot from Zexo. He connects, but doesn't finish it off. But they don't worry about their surge issues anymore.
I'm just looking at the feed there. Saw Bucky find himself a frag on Nick A30. So already Creo Kanata still in the game, cooking up here. Let's see. Zexo crashes across, just barely misses an enemy box, and now he's struggling to get back to his teammates. He finally finds the home here, and it's still upwards toward that second height. Let's see. Macwood finally glances up. That high ground hold from Stretch, Zayd, and Saf is so up there. Pretty much anti-Shockwave style. Illis is going to be the one on second height, though. As the Shockwave comes out, that's a white tag. And no, they're not going to find it as they all have to reload now. Xset's going to find Ronaldo, too.
The remnants of the Xset crew are still fragging. Illis and Furious were up, but we saw Illis go way out in the zone, looking for Slacks, looking for Acorn. Slacks is up. I don't see his teammates, though, so that's a rough spot for them. Commandment, Edgy are the only players left on his team. And I did see Scoped and Twexy get taken out. High Sky might be the last player remaining on that one. They were very far up the leaderboard. Oh, Commandment's so close to engaging. But they're going to back away and now has to find a different layer. This is rough, though. Player in the box misses the shots, and he cracks right back against Commandments. Edgy now has to hold on so that they can get the heals off.
That might be the deciding factor right there. The refresher that he misses out on and the punishment that comes back. So unfortunate for him. Now let's see what Commandment can do. He's got a slither of health. Cannot mess with the zone here. Edgy's going solo dolo, playing for himself right now, trying to get out in the distance. Commandment is about as good as dead, but no, he's still ghosting nearby, sticking by like a shadow here. Has to pop a med kit. He will find the 10 seconds. That's actually so incredible, but no, a Shockwave disrupts just that. Now he has to shield up instead.
On height still, it's Stretch, Zayd, and Saf. They've been pressuring the entire game. Creo, Bucky, and Kanata full trio alive. Macwood and Zexo, I believe, has lost Calc. Same thing for Xset. It's only had AV now alive as Day takes out Knights. They're continuing to fire down, and I think this might be wrapped up. Still 7 teams up alive, but I think the only full trio is here up on height. Potentially, Creo, Bucky, and Kanata might have a face-off against them later on.
Bucky's been turning up as well, finding a bunch of frags. And as I talk about it, Commandment ticks over to the storm line there as well. And another point for Bucky's crew. On low ground now, Xset, V, Bucky, V, Creo. They're going to win on top. And Furious is by himself, but no, falls to Shark as well. And now Shark finds everyone in the low ground. They're done. It's Kanata by himself. It's Zexro and Macwood as well, just left alive. So remnants of the crew, all these trios here trying to do their best. LMG on height, though, from Stretch. My gosh, the disruptor.
That's brutal. Macwood goes down. Zexo left by himself. It might be Xset who end up winning the day after this, but no, Shark down as well. So all they have to do is clean up the spoils. They grab extra metal too, extra materials. Oh my goodness, what a pull from Stretch. Now a 1 versus 3. and almost impossible to see this going any other way, although he takes height. But with the mats that Stretch pulled, how much does this player have remaining? They're going to go down and start to fire it out, but different layers and a lot of space down below. Oh gosh, this just got really dangerous for this trio.
It's got really interesting now. It's going to the last seconds here. They're trying to figure out how can we play this out for the possible heal off, for the possible disruption. Down comes the Doom's Bomb as well. Zextro still has heals though. He's gonna hit all of them. It might just be enough if he can find the Siphon here. He's trying to hold him out. Great edit too! And Zextro wins because he had cabbages in the inventory. These guys have to be weak. Just wait it out. We'll play it safe, but that wasn't the case here.
At the top of this game, it's not of any of the teams that you would expect at all. Bucky, Creo, Kanata had a 17-point game somehow, 10 points from eliminations, and then they pushed up towards the final point threshold with AV, Rogue Shark, and Knight, Stretch, and Saf, as well as Ronaldo, Furious, and Illus to get those top 4 spots. So 17 points for them, 15 for AV, Rogue Shark, and Knight, Stretch, and Saf. Even though they got second place, only the 14 points off of high ground. There really wasn't much for them to be able to spot down below them.